is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? My name's Tony, aka Star Wars Sith, and welcome to another episode of Sith Talk, where we talk Star Wars news, rumors, and coming soon. Today we have on the show Will from the Padawan Pops Instagram page. How you doing, Will?
Good, thanks for having me.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your page, what your page focuses on, and where we can find you at.
Yeah, so you can find me at Padawan_Pops on Instagram. Mainly just focusing on Star Wars Funko Pops, but also Legos here and there as I get those. And then we go to Orlando usually monthly and try to figure out what Star Wars stuff they have at Disney Springs or Galaxy's Edge, stuff like that. So
Nice.
give me a follow if you're interested in any of that.
Nice. So I'll put the link to his page down in the description. Definitely check him out. He's always posting funny memes and like dope Funko videos of his pops, which I love all the time, man. They're always so cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. So everyone that comes on, ask them the same three questions. You ready?
Ready.
All right. So the first one is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie and why?
So I'm gonna be like I feel like most people and go Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Growing up, it was episode 3 because, growing up, that was the movies coming out when
Hmm.
we were coming up. But now I would have to say Empire. It's got it all, the big reveal, spoiler alert, Vader is Luke's father, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's not a typical hero movie. Like the bad guys win at the end.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just love Empire. I could watch it on loop. But really, picking a favorite Star Wars movie is hard to do.
No, yeah, for sure. That's what most people say, Empire. I'm on the Revenge of the Sith side right now, but yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with either, and it's so hard to pick one because usually most people it's like 2 or 3 that they juggle between for the most part.
Yep. Yep.
So, all right, so the next one, what's your favorite Star Wars show? Only one, live action or animated. Like pick the top one.
That's tough. So I
It
was
is.
thinking about this one because I knew you were going to ask it. And
Yep.
so, I mean, I've watched Mandalorian a ton. So if I go by what my, watch history is, it would be The Mandalorian. It's hard to bet against Rebels too though cuz Rebels is
Yeah.
so good. But I would have to go with Mandalorian. I mean, it's, I've never been so emotionally invested in a puppet before until The Mandalorian. So it would
Yeah.
have to be Mando.
No, for sure. Like I'm getting there more and more with Mando, especially after today's episode, which I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
talk about a ton. But I'm on the Clone Wars line right now. But
Mhm.
it for the longest it was Rebels. Like Rebels is so slept on. And I think when the Ahsoka show comes out, and I think a lot more people are gonna binge and watch Rebels either before or during or after because the tie-ins are gonna be
Yep.
mind blowing. Yeah, Rebels is it's such a slept on show, man.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's the best complete story we have so far out of TV, easily.
Yeah,
I mean, just
yeah,
beginning to end. So yeah, couldn't go wrong there.
yep. So the next one, another tough one. Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
That one's real tough too. I've got to go with the Anakin Vader. Star Wars is about Anakin and his family, so have to go there. Such a tragic story, but it ends well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to bet against Anakin. And he was like my superhero growing up too. Like I'm super jealous that you're meeting Hayden next weekend. So
Oh, so it's still not gonna be real till I'm in line until like I could peek around the corner and see him,
yeah,
but it's gonna be twice in a 7-day period, which is not gonna like hit until it happens. But yeah, man, it's gonna be wild.
y'all are
So
like a first
wild.
name basis after the
I
next couple
know.
weeks.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, but no, yeah, that's a good choice for sure. And I love that one because that's 2 for 1 because you kind of get the best of both worlds, light
Yep.
and dark. So for me, of course, it's the boy Maul, but it does fluctuate between Maul, Boba, and then Anakin. So yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yep.
So I got a bunch of juicy articles we're gonna get into.
Let's
I
do
j-
it.
yeah, I'm just gonna show you the first one, and it's immediately gonna be what we're gonna talk about pretty much anyway. But Mandalorian season 3 major Jedi revealed. So, what'd you think of the episode today?
It was so fun. I enjoyed last week's episode, but it was a little less exciting than
Yeah,
most Mando episodes. So I thought jumping right into one that, action from the start and kept you
yeah.
hooked all the way through, it was much needed and it did not disappoint.
Yeah, no, for sure. I liked it a lot too. I just hate that it was 30 minutes. Like I wanted more,
Yeah.
and I wanted more of the I would have took more flashback and less of the Jurassic World dinosaur fight stuff.
Yes, it was Jurassic Park.
Yeah, yeah. So that reveal, like I know some people are split on it. I don't mind it personally cuz like yeah, of course if it was Anakin that'd be dope or Palpatine, but like for them it doesn't really make sense. So I kind of liked how it was kind of a lesser known Jedi from a random TV show from like YouTuber or whatever he's from. But I'm glad they brought back Ahmed Best because I mean Jar Jar, man, like yeah,
He deserved it. Like, he deserved that moment of, the big reveal because he
yeah,
got so much junk from the prequels. So
he did.
having him be the one who saves the cash cow that is Grogu, I
Yeah,
mean, he's earned it.
yeah. So I pray we get a Funko Pop with him with the dual
Oh, yeah.
saber,
Dual sabers.
a Funko with him with Grogu, even like a pop
Yes.
ride, him with Grogu in the sidecar. Like there's
Yes.
so much they could do. So yeah, I was just so happy to see that. And that whole sequence was amazing. Like I just felt like I was back in Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, the whole fighting, seeing the live action clone troopers, which was great. They were all Tamora Morrison's voice,
Yep, yep,
the gunships, man, I got so hyped when I saw the gunships chasing them and then seeing it land. So yeah, that it was dope for sure. I just wish it was like longer, man. The longer for the Order 66.
yep. I was not expecting the gunships. I don't know about you, but you
No,
just think
no.
about the temple, right? Like they're marching in, but they have got like everything to get these Jedi. So yeah, that was a pleasant surprise as well.
And even Padme's ship, like that was the same
Yeah,
style ship that Padme had.
yeah.
Like,
Boo ship, yeah.
so now it's like I want to know, like, is he going to Naboo? Like, who is he going? Is he gonna go meet up with Yoda and what's his name? Who's the
Bell.
guy? Bale. Yeah,
Yep.
I thought Yoda and Bale were gonna be on that ship waiting for him because
That's what I was thinking. Bell Organa was going to be there.
yeah, they should have. Oh, that would have been so sick. But now I want more, and I want to know what happens because clearly Yoda gets Grogu gets taken from him at some point because in Mando season 1, like he's not with what's his name, Kelleran Beck.
Keller and Beck, yeah.
Yeah, Kelleran Beck. So it's gonna be cool. Whatever show next show we get the continuation of the flashback to see him lose Grogu.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, are we going to walk it out that far in this season?
Yeah,
Hopefully so.
I hope, but I don't think so, man. I don't think we're gonna get more of that this season. It'd be nice. It'd be super nice, like especially if it has to do with like Moff Gideon, because we still
Mhm.
haven't gotten him yet. But
He'll be
like,
there.
yeah, if there's stuff with him and maybe he flashes back to maybe he's the one that took Grogu from him or something like that,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we could see it like there. But I think it's gonna be another show, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Unfortunate, but understandable.
yeah. So that's what article was basically about. Was just talking about how they brought Ahmed Best back and his name Kelleran Beck from the Jedi survival show. I forgot what it was called.
It was like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but the Jedi version is essentially
Yeah,
what it was.
which I've never seen before. I knew Jedi Temple Challenge.
Yeah,
I think it was only released on YouTube, so I
it
gotta
was a
look into
YouTube.
it. Yeah. So, but it's kind of funny though because there was a lot of people that didn't know that is the Jar Jar Binks actor. So it didn't
Yep.
really click. They're like, oh, it's a random dude that they maybe thought for a split second was Mace Windu, which I almost did just because like him walking up and you just see a darker figure. I'm like, is that who I
Well,
think
the
it is?
robes too are the same color,
The robes,
outside of, that gold.
yeah, but I guess another tell was the green saber though. Like as soon as the door opened, like you did
Yep.
see that first, but like yeah, at first I was kind of like leaning towards is it gonna be Mace, but then you see his face and my first reaction was Jar Jar, like really, really
Yes.
loud,
I
which was
watched your video and I was laughing because that was my exact same
yeah,
reaction, and my wife is like, "What are you talking about?" I mean, she probably thought I was losing my mind because she had
yeah,
no clue who the Jar Jar actor was. So,
yeah.
yeah.
And it was funny. A buddy of mine like DM me. He was like, "Yeah, it was a great episode. I loved it." I'm like, "Yeah, man, Jar Jar's back." And he was like, "I didn't see Jar Jar." And I'm like, "No, like he's the actor that plays Jar Jar. Like it's the same. It's the same dude." What would be very crazy, which it's not gonna happen, but imagine if the Darth Jar Jar stuff came about and we see Darth Jar Jar take Grogu from the Jar Jar actor. Like, how crazy would that be? Him interacting like with himself?
Like the multiverse.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, that's never gonna happen, but that would be kind of hilarious and crazy.
I thought it was funny. Everyone kind of speculated, what if like, Palpatine or Anakin saved him, like it was going to be a Sith saving him. It turns
Yeah,
out it was just a guy who played a Sith that saved him.
yeah, yep,
If you're into Jar Jar being a Sith.
yeah, exactly. So the next article we kind of talked about a little bit, but how Tomorrow came back in this episode. So I know you heard it right away, but yeah,
Yep.
all the voices of the clones, like
Hmm.
distinctly, clearly Tomorrow Morrison, which was beautiful to hear that.
Yep.
I still think we're gonna get more of him though. I think Boba has to pop up somewhere.
I keep thinking that, like everyone kind of thinks there's going to be a big showdown with the Mandalorians fighting against, the Empire or whatever it's going to be. It would be weird if he wasn't there, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. So, and like there's gonna be a point if they go back to the IG story, he's gonna go back to Tatooine again to Pelly.
Yep.
So, like, why not grab the boy to help you out? Because there's gonna be a big fight coming. So,
That's true. Yeah, he will have to go back.
yeah. So we'll see. So that was dope. I saw that one. The next one I got. I don't know if you saw any of this, but the Acolyte show is gonna have record breaking run times. So supposedly every episode is going to be 8 episodes for the season and they're going to be 60 minutes long, like
Wow.
Netflix Stranger Things, like
Yeah, yeah.
good stuff like that, like The Last of Us, like full beefy 60-minute episodes. So there hasn't really been any other Star Wars show that has come close to that for the most part. What do you think about that?
I'm all for it. I'm never going to complain about more Star Wars screen time. I will complain about many things. That is not one of them. So
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I saw that and I was super excited. Like, it's about time you put all this money and budget into stuff and you give us these short little rinky dink episodes. Like,
I
oh,
guess you've seen like read some of the leaks supposedly from this. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty awesome show. So if
yeah.
they pack it into 8 1-hour episodes, that's awesome.
You saw the leaks too, right?
Yeah, I think maybe on one of your videos you ran through them maybe.
Yeah, because like just hearing, I just love the whole thing about twin sisters. One goes with
Mhm.
Jedi, one goes with Sith. And there's probably going to be an awesome fight whenever they like catch up together. So, yeah,
Have
I'm
you seen the
excited.
set photos? Some of the set photos of it?
Yeah, with the like the
The
Wookiee and
Wookiee,
then
yeah.
yeah. So I guess they said his lightsaber is green. The
Mhm.
guy from Squid Games, his is blue, and his Padawan has a yellow lightsaber. So we're
Yeah.
gonna get a nice variety. So that means Funko's gonna have a lot of pops coming out with different color sabers.
It's a good time for collectors.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So that was dope. Next one. Oh, this is a juicy one. So, The Mandalorian brings key Star Wars Rebels character to live action rumor. So supposedly they're bringing Fen Ra to Mando live action, and I think it's the same voice actor who did it. They're gonna
Mhm.
use him in the show because that's the guy that he's the one that told the story about the dark saber, right? Like to Sabine and
Mhm.
them
Yep.
originally, right?
I think so.
So, yeah. So maybe it'll be something to do with that, like talking like more lore stuff, the talking about the Mandalorian Jedi. So that'll be exciting. And like if this is true, it wouldn't shock me if it was an episode and we get Sabine for the first time too.
That's right. She is supposed to be in Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think well, I don't think it's like an official rumor, but I think everyone just kind of assumes it
Mhm.
because, like, all the big Mandalorian fighting stuff, and they kind of want
Right.
to segue and tie it into Ahsoka. But yeah, that'd be awesome to see him live action.
Agreed.
But it might confuse a lot of people, like Andrea, who hasn't finished Rebels yet. Like, who's this Mandalorian dude? So we'll have to fill her in on this.
So she's gotta finish Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, she's
Man,
she is in it for a lot. Yeah,
I
a
sent her
lot.
the cheat code, just to run through 20 episodes. So
Yeah, for
hopefully
Clone Wars,
hopefully
yeah.
she gets caught up. Rebels, you gotta watch it all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only 4 seasons, so you could get through it, so, yeah, we'll see. So, next one I got, the new Fallen Order trailer confirms the return of 2 fan favorite characters that weren't in the first trailers. So, the last trailer and did you see the last trailer?
I did, watch it. Was it yesterday that it came out? Or
I
2
think
days
it
ago,
was,
maybe?
like a couple days
Yeah.
ago. So they confirmed that Marin is back and Grease is back in the game. So what'd you think of that? And did you play the first one?
Yeah, I did. I loved it. So, I'm not very good at video games at all. Like, I am your typical, like, play the sports games, and then, if a big game comes out, maybe try it. So, this
Yeah.
was my first big open world game, and I loved it. So, I actually bought a One X just to be able to play this game. So, I'm all
Nice.
about it.
Yeah, I loved it too. My favorite part of the game was just like the story. Like it's just like a dope movie, a dope show,
Mhm.
like the Order 66 level, and then
Oh, yeah.
the ending of it, I was terrified because I tried to fight Vader, but he killed me a bunch of times. So super excited for this one. I'm just wondering like what the big cameo is going to be. Is it going to be Kenobi? Is it going to be Maul? There's a lot of people floating around in this time period. Ahsoka. So
This one is 5 years after the last one. Is that the
I, be-
idea?
I believe so, and I think it's around the same time as the Kenobi show, or maybe like a little after the Kenobi show, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, the timeline is bumping it just right up there with the original trilogy, like, it's getting closer, so I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be hard not to see some of those characters in this game, especially if they keep going forward with it.
No. Yeah. Exactly. So super excited for this. It just sucks. We got another month. Like we could have been playing it last Friday.
Yeah, it would've been last week.
Yeah. Last Friday, we were
Man,
robbed of this. So,
the
I
anticipation.
yeah. Oh, I know. I know. So, this was some big news that broke the other day. And, like, I'm a little, like, I don't want to say concerned, but so the movie that was supposed to come out in 2025 was the Damon Lindelof movie.
Mhm,
So, he has exited the project a couple days ago. Which is crazy because this was supposed to be the big announcement at Celebration literally in less than 2 weeks. It was gonna be at the Lucasfilm Showcase panel
mhm.
where they're gonna announce, "This is Damon Lindelof's movie, it's called this, it's dropping December 19th, 2025." So now, I don't know what they're gonna do, but, like, that kinda worries me.
Yeah, I read this yesterday, like, they had turned the script in maybe a couple weeks ago, and then they're out already, so I don't know, I don't wanna be negative, but I don't have a ton of faith in Star Wars on the screen because it just seems like one after the other, a director's leaving, but they're
Yeah.
killing it on Disney Plus. So
Yeah, man. So I guess supposedly the rumor is that they're still gonna go forward with it, like they're still gonna announce it. And I
Mhm,
guess the lady directing it is some lady that directed one episode of the Miss Marvel show from Disney Plus.
yeah, that's right.
So it's like, I mean, that show was okay. I watched it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. It was fine. But
Mhm.
like you're giving the next Star Wars movie to this random person and the writer left. So like is she gonna read the script and want to change stuff to like her like the things that she likes and like
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just yeah, it just worries me. Like I want to be positive, like I'm dying to go back to the theater,
Right.
but I don't have like they say in every movie, I have a bad feeling about this.
Maybe they'll just take it though, like, couple hundred years forward or a couple hundred years back and let it be something that's non-consequential. That's just what I want out of a new Star Wars movie. Let's leave what we have and try something new because
Yeah.
adding on debatable at this point.
Yeah, that'd be the safe thing because this supposedly takes place right after the sequel trilogy.
Oh, for
Granted,
real?
it's oh no, yeah. So it's yeah, it's not that far after the sequel trilogy, this movie, but it's all new characters, but supposedly some of the sequel trilogy characters were gonna make cameos in it, like small
Right.
cameos, but it was mainly gonna be about these new cast, this new story. So
Huh.
yeah, I don't know what to think anymore, man.
We'll see when it gets here. I'll go watch it. I'll have all these reservations, but I'll still be there to watch it the night it comes out, whenever it
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, me too. Now, one thing I would love that for them to do, and I don't know why they haven't done this, but like literally you lose your writers for this movie, and I think that was their big selling point. 2 weeks before celebration, just give the freaking movie to Filoni, man.
Yes. Give
Like
him the keys.
this guy, I bet you if you're like, hey, you want to take over this movie, he'll be like, yeah, I have a million stories, a million ideas. Or scrap that single movie and give Dave like the trilogy, the next trilogy. Be like, Dave, you write 10, 11, and 12, and it's your story. He'll write a complete story. It'll be very similar to George's stuff, which is what we all love.
Mhm.
And like I would trust him to do it. So that's probably not gonna happen. But like imagine if that got announced.
Yeah, I mean, he's an extension of George. I mean, what if Dave Filoni says it, George approves it. And that's how I look at it. So even if they kind of did what they're doing with Mandalorian, where John Favreau directs maybe or however the hierarchy works,
Yeah.
and Dave is the one that's filtering the story through, like, okay, yeah, this would work, this wouldn't work, here's these characters. It would be perfect. And I don't know why they don't just throw the bank at him and let him do that.
Yeah. And like you said with John too, like give it to both of them. Like Dave could write the story, John could direct it. Boom. Problem solved. That would be the most hyped movie or trilogy ever because they know their stuff.
It'd be good.
But they just have this thing where they want to have big name directors, big name writers. Like here's Kevin Feige, Taika Waititi, and the other person, and they all drop out or leave.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. It's gonna be very interesting when I'm at that panel in 2 weeks to
Yeah.
see what they say and like if they try to spin it or if they just avoid it and cut it out completely.
Maybe it's like they knew this was gonna happen, probably not, but maybe they did and they've got something bigger planned, a big surprise, and then everyone leaves
Mhm.
happy. One can hope.
Hopefully, I want to leave happy while I'm there. So
You will leave happy no matter what they say.
Exactly, because I'll leave that panel and just go to see Hugh and
Yep.
McGregor and take a photo real quick. So yeah. All right, the next one. Oh, this one is oh, I read this and I was like, yes. So there's detail about Sabine Wren's role in the Ahsoka show, and I forgot that she still had this item, but they say she's going to be
Yep.
using Ezra's lightsaber a lot in the show. That there's a
Yep.
lot of fight sequences where she's using it. There's even a fight sequence with her and Ezra fighting together, and she's still using it. So, what do you think about that? Seeing live action Sabine, but with Ezra's green saber.
I think that's awesome. I think I watched this on Theory's page the other day. They were breaking it down, and I was just so excited hearing this. And then you'll probably get to the Ezra role as well. That's probably one of your articles too.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
next.
it sounds so awesome seeing all this in live action. And Sabine with the dark saber, she knows combat, so it
Yep.
would be awesome to see.
She learned from Kanan and Ezra. So, like,
Yep.
and even this picture right here, that's when she was fighting the other dude for the dark saber. Like, and
Yep.
she won. So, ah, man, the minute we see Sabine, I'm gonna be so hyped. But I think the minute I see her pull out that saber and ignite it,
Mhm.
oh man, it's
I
gonna be
hope
a
it's
beautiful.
almost like when they introduced Ahsoka live action. So that
Yeah.
episode starts off like it's real dark, and then you just see her sabers ignite, and everyone knew what was
Yeah.
happening. I hope
Yeah.
they go that route because that was epic.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that would just be so beautiful. So I'm so looking forward to Sabine. And like, think about her as like the actress. Like, you get this role, you get to be a badass Mandalorian, you get a freaking lightsaber, and you're hanging out with Ahsoka trying to save Ezra. Like,
Yep.
even if she didn't know nothing about Star Wars, just getting that and then watching it and realizing, like, wow, like I'm gonna be a badass Mandalorian with a saber.
Yep. And that show is just gonna blow up Disney Plus too, because everyone's Ahsoka's a household name as far as Star Wars goes.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna be tuned in for it. Plus all the Rebels fans like us. It's just gonna be perfect.
Yeah, I got to so I know there's an Ahsoka panel at Celebration, so we'll
Mhm.
probably get like the release day and stuff. So I
Yep.
definitely have to do a Rebels rewatch before because I want it like fresh in my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
So next one is the Ezra stuff. So the Ezra stuff, I was like, "What?" Like, at first, I was like, "Man, I want him to have a saber," but then when I heard what he's gonna be doing with the Force, so supposedly he's gonna be in the New Beyond for like a couple years without Thrawn, and the whole time there, he's just been working on the Force, right? And he's gonna be using the Force almost like karate, like martial arts,
Mhm.
and supposedly he's gonna have a new move that's kind of like this, the Street Fighter, like the
Yeah, yeah.
Hadouken move, where he uses the force like that. That is gonna be insane to see visually.
Yes, it's like Dragon Ball Z, but Star Wars.
Yeah. So that was a big thing that there's gonna be a fight sequence, and Sabine is gonna be killing it with the saber. Ezra's gonna be right there doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff like that, using the
Mhm.
force. So yeah, man,
I
that's
think
gonna
it's
be
gonna be awesome.
it's gonna be so awesome. So I hope eventually though he gets a saber back once he's back with them and he's like, all
Yeah.
right. But it's gonna be cool to see that. And then he still has all his like connections with animals and all that stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they said that he's gonna be using that a lot, like his connections with animals to fight people, and then that Hadouken like Dragon Ball Street Fighter type using the
Yeah.
force. So
That's gonna be awesome to see.
I think the moment we see Ezra is going to be dope, but I think even more the moment that like Sabine and Ahsoka find Ezra, and the first time they see each other and reconnect, that's going
Yep.
to be like such a special moment.
Yep.
So,
And you gotta think we're gonna have Chopper too, right? I mean, I'm hoping the whole crew's gonna
oh
be there.
yeah,
We
yeah,
always overlook him.
yeah. No, he's 100% there at
Yep.
Anaheim at the Mando panel. They brought Chopper out on stage, like
Okay.
the real
Yeah.
live action Chopper from the Ahsoka show.
That's
So
cool.
he came out on stage. So yeah, he's 100% in it. So
That'll be good.
yeah, Chopper. I didn't even think that Chopper's first reaction when he sees Ezra with his little arms out is gonna
Yep,
be
he'll do the little
so
crazy arms, yeah.
yeah. Oh man, I cannot wait.
Yep. That's
So
gonna rock.
it really is. So the next thing I got a couple of new collectibles we're gonna take a look at, but so none of them are Funko, unfortunately. I was hoping between Monday through Wednesday they would show more of the celebration reveals.
Yeah,
Nothing yet, and I don't understand it. They literally have the rest of this week and then next week, and then after that, it's basically time for celebrations.
it's
So
time.
I don't know why we only seen 2. It should be minimum like 6 to 8 pops, maybe a pop ride, maybe 1 or 2 sodas.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the big secret is, but hopefully we'll get that soon. But the first one I saw this on Twitter and I
Yeah.
can't find any other pictures or details about it anywhere, but it is a remote control BD droid that's yellow and black, like from Fallen Order. So
Yep.
it's gonna be on, I guess, Disney Shop on the 27th. What do you think about this bad boy?
So when I saw this one, I thought that was just the coolest thing because I've somewhere over here I've got the BD Lego. And it's just a cool droid. I mean, it's
It
unique.
is.
It's got its own personality like all the droids do. So I was excited to see it. Any Fallen Order merch, any droid merch, I'm all about both of those. Droid merch always turns out very good.
No, yeah, for sure. The minute I saw it, yeah, I had the Lego too, and there's not a lot of BD stuff, so it's cool that it should be a full size robotic. I don't know why they haven't made this sooner. Like it
Yeah, I
makes no
hope they
sense.
added at Galaxy's Edge at some point where you can actually build one of those. That would
Build
be cool.
oh, if they did that, I would build it so quick.
Take my
They
money.
yeah, they added Chopper. I
Hmm.
haven't built him yet. I kind of want to though. And then they also have him there where you could buy him as well. But I
Hmm.
think I'd rather build him. It'd be more of a fun like
Oh yeah,
experience. You've
yeah,
seen the
for
Chopper
sure.
though, right?
I haven't. No, I've actually
Oh,
never done the droid depot. I've built a lightsaber, but I haven't built a droid yet, so I'm not fully up with those. I know they have like an R2 and a BB unit, but beyond that, I don't know.
yeah. So they just added the C class droids Chopper. So next time you go, you can just walk in there and watch people build them and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool, but yeah, they just I mean, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 months ago, it was somewhat recent that they added him. So, yeah, I kinda wanna make a chopper, but if they were to do a BD droid, man, oh,
It'd be real cool.
yeah, it'd be so cool. So, that was the first one. The second one is this Cad Bane vintage collection figure. So, I don't know if you really mess with any of the TVC stuff, but what do you think about this bad boy right here?
So I look at these every time I'm, at Target or GameStop or whatever because I know some of y'all collect them. So just from like knowing y'all, I do look at them now.
Yeah.
But yeah, any Cad Bane stuff is just awesome. He's a cool character I never expected to see on the, live action. So I think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was excited for this. I'm definitely gonna get this one so quick. I love Cad Bane, man. He was such
Yep.
a menace in Clone Wars,
Yep.
such a menace. So next one is this Black Series figure. So Luke with Grogu from the Book of Boba,
Hmm.
and it has a lot of little accessories. I think it comes with another set of legs you could put on Luke, where
Yeah.
he's sitting down Indian style training
Oh yeah.
Grogu. Yeah. So that's pretty unique that you could switch it like that, and then the Grogu training with the ball, like, being in the air, that's
Mhm.
so dope.
No, these figures are so awesome. I mean, back in the '90s and early 2000s, I mean, we were lucky if the arms and the legs moved on the figures
E
we had. So
exactly.
these are just so cool. I mean, interchanging hands and sabers and legs and, it's incredible to see it all now.
Yeah. No, for sure. So that's definitely a good one. And then the last collectible I have is the Darth Maul soda. Have you gotten
Yes.
into the Funko sodas yet?
I almost did last weekend at the PopCon I was at because they were everywhere. But no, I haven't gotten into sodas and I'm gonna try not to just because I could see it becoming an issue for me. But this one looks awesome.
Yeah, so I said the same thing. I blame Chris at Seriously Star Wars, and I blame Andrea at the Padawan Chronicles, cause like watching Chris's videos, opening them, and it's like I
Mhm.
want him to get the chase. I want him to get the
Yep.
chase, and then it's kind of like, damn, I want to get one because like that rush of getting a chase is fun,
Mhm.
and then Andrea has been doing it where like on the end of her stream, she'll open it live to see if she
Yeah.
gets the chase. She got the chase her first try, so I blame both of them because it's like, man, now I want it. And the crazy thing about these stupid sodas is they're hard to get. I
Yep.
don't I never see them at Target, Hot Topic, GameStop. I rarely do. And I check on their websites all the time. They're never sold out. I mean, they're always sold out, never
Mhm.
available. Like they're a pain to find.
Yep. I've only ever seen them in person at like local shops, where they can maybe specialty order them. I've never actually seen one at the big box stores.
Yeah, so I think I have two Lukes, a 3PO, and then a Boba Fett. So my first soda, and cool story for this, my first soda I got at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022 when I went because I hit the lotto for Funko. So I got
Mhm.
to like stroll in. I didn't have to do no crazy waiting in line for hours, no
Yeah.
nothing like that. And they were supposed to have two sodas, a Boba Fett and a Luke, but the Luke was like shipping delay, so they didn't have it. So all they had was Boba. So I grabbed it just like as a souvenir from being there, from getting into the Funko booth. And I remember I went back and met up with my boy Ricky, and I'm sitting down and I'm like, yeah, look what I got. I got the chase, like talking smack. So then I open it up And then I'm like, "Yo, I really have the chase. I got the chase." I was shocked. So my first soda at Celebration from the Funko booth, and it was a chase. So I hit with that Andrea luck with the first time. So it was so cool, man.
I'm gonna have to get one now. All y'all are peer pressuring me into these.
Oh, you're done. I'm keeping it just to Star Wars though, because there's a lot of
Right.
cool ones like Marvel, The Office. I see a lot that I would
Mhm.
like, but I'm keeping it strictly to Star Wars. And like I guess it's kind of good that they're not everywhere and it is hard to find, so it doesn't really build up as quick as Funkos do.
Right, yeah.
But once you get one, bro, you're done. You're hooked.
I
You're
I
hooked for
need to
sure.
never get a chase if I start buying them, because if I do, it's just gonna go all downhill from there.
And for me, being the Darth Maul guy,
Oh, yeah.
I need both. So I just gotta. I'm hoping that like somebody sells a bundle, the Comet and the Chase together. Like
Yeah.
I'll pay a little extra, or if they sell like a sealed case of six, because you know how the Chase is one
Yep.
in every six. I'll buy six, keep the Chase, keep a Comet, and then maybe like whatever, just get rid of the rest.
eBay the rest or something, yeah.
Yeah, eBay the rest, or maybe I'll do like a giveaway or
Oh,
something,
yeah. People
something
love
like
the
that.
giveaways.
Yeah, so just because I need both of them. Like I need both of them the minute
They
they
are
come out.
cool. How big
Yeah.
are they? I mean, are they the size of the can?
So I got here is Anakin for scale. So here's a
Yeah, yeah.
regular Funko. Oh, let me go. Hold on. Let's go. So there is Anakin right there. So
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
like they're like 3 inches, maybe.
Mhm. Yeah,
If a
not
pop
bad
is
at all.
yeah, if a pop is 4 inches, it's 3 inches. It's just very slim. Like you can see how slim it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Just to fit in the can,
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. Yeah. So they don't take up a lot of space. So that's the size difference.
I could get into that.
Yeah, I think I ruined it for you. So when you do get some, again, blame Chris and Andrea because it's their faults.
It's their fault, just secondhand, right?
Yeah. So that was the last thing that I have. Do you have anything coming up on your page or anything you want to plug before we wrap up?
Yeah, just, looking over my shoulder here, I've got, like, 18 pops I have not unboxed yet. So,
Damn.
got some videos coming up, gotta make a balance between photos and the reels with unboxing. So, have over the next month or so, quite a few to open up. So, join me for that. It'll be fun. Have some good ones.
Nice. Can we see one of them right now? It's a special.
Yeah. So this one, I've like posted about it a ton that like it's the only one I'm missing.
Oh,
So I finally got, you can kind of see the glare, but I got the art
yeah.
or the retro series Vader. And I've been
Nice.
looking all over, like they didn't have it at Target a year or two and they came out. So I bought all the rest of them from that series
Uh-huh.
in one trip. It was great. And then never saw it again. So I've been looking on eBay, but I prefer to find mine, just a preference I have. So at
Mhm.
the convention last week, I ended up cutting a deal with a guy on it and got it for like 15 bucks, which was awesome.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so I have every retro pop that they've made now. One of my friends got me Chewbacca as a gift, but I
Mhm.
haven't picked it up yet. So still have to meet
Mm,
with them to get it, but I technically have them all, which is awesome.
nice. And how many Funkos do you have in your collection?
Oh, before last weekend, it was like 101. So
Oh, okay. Okay, not too
probably
bad.
around 105, not too many. Some of them are The Office as well, so I collect
Oh,
those too.
nice.
But I
Yeah.
keep those at my actual office instead of at home. So my work
Yeah.
from home office is like I got 100 little Star Wars eyes watching me, but at my actual office I have Michael Scott, Jim Halpert, the crew.
Nice. I
Yeah.
used to have the entire Office Funko collection. I had every single one,
Wow.
but then I'm like I was running out of space, so I went and I actually sold the whole set. Like I traded in the whole set to this place, Emerald City Comics in
Yeah.
St. Pete, and I ended up getting like a couple hot toys out of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I just had to make the decision where I didn't have the space. It sucked, but I had literally every single one. Every single one, because I love The Office, man. It never
Yeah.
gets old.
I only have like maybe 10 or 15 without the advent calendar. So I don't have that many. The majority of
Yeah.
mine are Star Wars, but I do have those too.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It was great.
All right, guys. So that's it for this episode. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.